The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new episode of 5-Minute Warning. Of course, it's your man, Ruben, in the house for you. Wait a minute. Oh, crap. This is about to be interesting. My glasses in the other room. All right, this is about to be
Go
fun.
get them.
I mean, I'll get there eventually. But, hey, man, this is how we do it today. And, of course, you know, it's a great day. Wow, I'm throwing off, man. I'm throwing off.
Get your glasses, bro. Just
No,
get
it's
your
not-
glasses. Because
no,
we're
the
not.
glasses-
This is never
No,
going to end.
it's not
Get
the
your
glasses.
Get
It's
your
not the
glasses.
glasses.
What's
It's
this,
not the
what
glasses.
is it? What is it?
It's Mo B being here all the time. That's just throwing me off.
Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. That's never going to end. Okay.
Hey, see, he left. Hey, that's some shit.
Go get your glasses.
No, I'm good. I'm really good.
Okay.
But yeah, man. So, as we always do, beside me, got first of all, we got my boy AG in the house,
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
and of course, wow, there's my man Mo B.
Man, you good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
You should have kept being late, sir. You can't let it go.
I mean, I could leave. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you good, bro. You good? No, you good.
I mean, I can find something to do for a couple minutes. I mean,
Nah, you good, man. You good. Just say hello to the people.
hello, people.
See, there we go. All right. So, yo, man. First of all, I got a shout out to Jay Grizzy in the green room. Awesome time Friday night on his show. I hope everybody got a chance to listen. If you didn't, you need to go back and do so. It was definitely it was definitely wild. So,
And there were
that's all we
snacks.
did. And there were snacks.
All the big back choices were there.
Yep. Taking Those Choice Pod with Jay Grizzy Green. So check that out. You know, he's a friend of the show. And once again, it was a good episode. It's definitely worth listening to. Cause you know how we get down. We basically move 5-minute warning from Sundays to Fridays. And I think we were a little bit more out of control than usual. So
Yet we didn't get the day off today.
No. Now with all the stuff we gotta talk about, we can't take a day off today.
All the stuff we have to talk about.
Exactly. And we will get into
I'm,
that.
I'm just saying that I missed something because, like,
This stuff we already talked about, sir.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, you act like we talking about some new stuff. Like,
Well, some of the stuff is new, but other stuff.
just like the third hour of Get Up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know you just saying the same thing that they said in the first hour. We just gotta act like it ain't happened already.
Exactly.
It's like the third time you watch Sports Center in the morning, you gotta act like these are new highlights just because it's new anchors. Like, it's the same stuff.
Yeah, but some of the stuff, I mean, maybe they ain't catch the pod on Friday. So we gotta catch them up in the way we catch them up. But before we start that, I'm gonna give a shout out to AG. AG came over this morning.
Got that
Help me,
roof on.
man. Got that roof on that shed. I put the door on.
Oh, did you
After
put
you
it
left,
up? You got
I
around to
did.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
The door is up there. So
What, 4 months later, you done?
see, it's
You know,
like 5 weeks.
actually, I'm gonna
left.
let him have that one on that because we're going to Jay's house, right? And he starts talking about this, and he's like, "It's a 2-man job." And I'm sitting in the car, I'm like, "You know, this nigga 10 minutes away from me, right?" And I'm like, and I finally had to say something after months of this. I'm like, "Bro, you realize I'm 10 minutes away from you? Why didn't you just ask?" He was like, "I don't know, I'm a terrible person." Doesn't make you a terrible person, but I do question your judgment.
Hey
I'm
man,
like,
what I told him is he was like, because he's always trying to do these projects that are above what he can do on his own. And I'm just like, a couple months in, I'm just like, bro, why don't you just like pay somebody to do it? And he's like, I ain't trying to pay all that much. I'm like, bro, your time is worth something, man. Like, and you 4 months.
It wasn't
4
4
months.
months. It wasn't 4 months.
It's been a while, sir.
It's been
It's
what?
It's been 2 months, maybe 2.5. Seriously, no BS.
Once
Been like
again,
2.5.
2.5 months. I was like, AG, somebody probably put that John together for like 100, 150, man, and wouldn't back. Like if 2.5 months of your life isn't like worth that, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I get it. You ain't got to pay, but here's the thing, man. I'm not trying to count your pockets or anything, but I've seen some of the dumbass shit you spend money on. So I'm pretty sure that 125, 140, like you would have been able to use it already. You would have saved headache and time. Like I get it. I wouldn't be mad at you. Matter of fact, I still wouldn't even be mad at you if you weren't like bitching about it like every week. Like, oh, I gotta get this thing put up. Oh, I gotta find time to put this thing. I'm like, bro, after a while, it's like, bro, like either you gonna do it or you not, man. Like, so AG, man, you the real MVP right now, bro.
Exactly.
You the real MVP.
And AG, didn't I tell you that?
He did tell me that. Like I said, man, I was telling Lauren about it when I got back home Friday night, or actually Saturday morning, and I was like, I just don't know why he didn't just ask. It would take me an hour to walk there. I am 10 minutes away. I was like, bro, you can't do this. You cannot do this. And like Mo saying, it's just like I don't know about how much y'all talk. I hear this every week. It's just like it's a 2-man job. I'm like, bro, I lived in this way.
Yeah.
So next time, just say, hey, man.
Yeah. So.
But we got it up. It looks
the
pretty
saga's
pretty.
done.
Sweet.
The saga's gone. It's up. Life is beautiful.
And and he found out they gave him the wrong screws. Awful.
Oh yeah.
Quality control, y'all. Quality control.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what to do about that. I'm just other than go buy new screws.
You're the real MVP, AG.
Exactly.
I appreciate
that. No lies detected. Ever. So hey, we got that going on, and I mean football today was wild, We took that first L, but we played well. I ain't too mad.
As long as it was competitive.
Wait a minute. The first L?
Oh, second L, excuse me.
I'm about to say, like, bro, don't do that. Don't do that.
My bad. It was an accident, bro. Let it go.
It's more like a Freudian slip.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That was just,
they hadn't lost in so long. They kind of.
I just didn't want you to turn into one of those Cowboy fans. You know what I'm saying? Like,
ooh, man. I mean, shout out to Aiden Hutchinson, man. Wow. Hope he can come back from that. So
yeah,
you should be able to. 40 years of technology, you should be able to. But that was Theismann like.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, man. I don't remember the last time we had a 4-game winning streak, like ever. Like it's been
really ever. Come on, man.
No, it's been a minute. It's the last. I take that back. The last time
RG3 was there.
No, it's been sooner than that.
Then it ain't been that long. Like
yeah. When I mean, yeah, man. I mean, we went on the 6-game winning streak when we made the playoffs about 4 seasons ago, and we won the division 7-8, was it 8-7, 7-8, or 7-9 or something. Yeah, that was the last time we were on a winning streak. So, but nah, man, I felt like they played decent. I mean, I'm just glad we didn't get the brakes beat off us, but an L's an L and a W's a W. So there are no,
moral victories.
Yeah, there are no moral victories.
Look,
in the NFL.
It's cool. They probably did lose to the best team in the NFL right now. Like,
yeah, I mean, once again, everything happened. I knew it was gonna happen. The running backs will run for over 100 yards. He had 2 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson threw for almost 300 yards. So
but the beauty in that, when I saw the game, and actually was irritant too, all at the same time, was Lamar Jackson only had to be a quarterback without running.
Well,
that was the most beautiful thing.
He ran like twice, yeah.
And it was just like, I'm like, Jerry, happy birthday, sir. You ruined the season. Thank you. Appreciate you. Couldn't I can't every time Derrick Henry does well, there's two things happening. Congratulatory thoughts to him because I don't know how Tennessee lets him get out the door, and pissed off at Jerry for not signing that guy.
Big middle
Because he out
finger
there
to
being
Jerry
petty.
Jones.
Out there being petty.
I don't understand why he was petty towards him.
Because he's petty to anybody he's got to pay. And plus,
it wasn't petty towards him. They just didn't want to pay money.
I thought he was being petty
I think they just didn't want to pay money, and
because they knew they were going to pay it. But he likes to talk shit about people in the news. He does, man. I mean, anyway.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
And has there ever been a rich person that talks about their money problems more than Jerry Jones? Like, we always know the Cowboys' financial situation. It's like, bro, you can't be out here acting like you balling all the time and then be wanting to tell everybody how broke your organization is.
Bro,
Exactly.
you're
Couldn't agree
the,
more.
you're the number one most, how do I say it? The number one organization worth the most in.
Yeah, they have the
in-
highest
in
valuation in the league, don't they?
Yeah, and I know in North America.
Oh
like,
wow, I
of
didn't
any
know it was
sport.
North America. Okay.
In America, they're
Makes
worth $10 billion.
I mean,
$10 billion.
it is what it is, man.
Yo,
Only thing
That dude's
that's
worth
right.
more than almost Elon Musk, yo. Like
No.
real?
No, not even close. But
I mean, I don't know.
He's worth a fifth with that guy. Anyway,
Oh, is he? But yeah, man. Yeah, I didn't watch a lot of today's game. I watched a little bit. Then I did some other stuff, and I went back and I was like, "Holy,
it was bad.
just stay on the road, Cowboys.
No,
Don't
there's
play
no
at
road.
home."
There is no road. We're at the station, sir. Train has left. We suck ass. And it's like I didn't even. It's like Moby and Kanye's latest record. I didn't feel anything. I sat there and I watched it. Actually, I was cheering for the Lions. I was because I really want to see them do well to start with. I didn't really care. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have to throw the football for 4 downs and everybody knows it, you literally have no chance, none. And the Lions are actually really good. You have no chance, sir. They should have just stayed home and said, "I'm gonna take that L." But anyway,
I mean, they did stay at home.
no, I mean
Basically.
on the couch at home, like at your residence.
I mean, hey, man, Dak's worth $60 million a year.
Well, he is, but that has nothing to do with the other. We're not a very good team. Period.
yeah, and I feel like you saying Dak getting paid $60 million is like, this shit ain't Dak's fault.
No.
This shit is not Dak's
They
fault.
know he's going
Oh,
to pass
This shit's
every
not Dak's
down.
fault at all.
They know he's going to pass every down. He has to, especially when they get down. They got down right away. It was 7-3 right away. So at that point, you have to pass because everybody know you ain't got a running game, and then everybody know you only got one real legit receiver. So if they double him, they dare you to beat him in other ways, and you can't because we let our all-world tight ends go elsewhere. We don't have any other wide receivers, so it's like, where you passing to?
I mean, Washington didn't really have any running game today either.
Okay, whatever you say, sir.
Well,
If
no,
you think,
B-Rob was hurt.
think that they're the same team, you're sadly you're
No, I didn't say that.
okay. Exactly. So stop talking about that.
I mean, Washington didn't have much of a running game today because they were playing like a top 3 rush defense.
And y'all's guy was hurt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
B-Rob didn't play today. So
We don't have a running game. You're not hearing me right now, or not unless you just want to talk about the Commanders because that's what you do.
nah, I mean, I thought Rico was going to be it. I thought Donald was going to be decent because he's been decent the last couple of weeks.
Well,
I mean,
wasn't
but
decent today
nah.
because he was. I mean, they didn't really try to run the ball for real. So I can't even really say we ain't had a running game.
So what are we looking at? 3 weeks before head coach is done?
No, I mean he might last the season, but the bottom line is it's like, there's no real reason to fire anybody because nothing you do right now that's a rash decision is going to make it better. It's going to make it worse.
McCarthy's definitely fired at the end of the year, but in all actuality, McCarthy was a terrible hire in the first place.
He's a lame duck coach anyway.
I mean, yeah, he's a lame duck coach this year because everybody
that's what I meant.
knows he's gone, but it was a bad hire.
They had choices. And they hired him. So I was like, okay.
And here's the thing. I don't know how many choices you have now. Because honestly, if I'm a coach with options, I don't want to fucking go to the Cowboys.
He's right. But you want that job? I mean, if you're really not thirsty for real, because there are guys out there that are thirsty that will take a head coaching job for the sake of taking one.
And I'm just
you have to be white because there ain't gonna be no black one.
yeah,
So
I'm just hoping a black coach don't take the job. You know what I'm saying? Just don't do that to you.
But it's perfect for a black coach because it's
Yeah.
it's that kind of job because black coaches always get the jobs that suck ass.
It's a black
And-
job.
Well, it is a black job, and it comes in with a built-in excuse when they fire in a year or two. Just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't trying to make it racial or political, but that's actually what happens. So I'm like, yeah, if you thirsty, you're gonna take that job. It's an awful job, but if you thirsty, you're gonna take it. And there's a lot of thirsty people out there that just want a head coaching job.
I mean, the Cowboys have been this for a long time, but they're in the situation that I was in once upon a time as a Raiders fan, where the only way my organization had a chance is if the owner died. Like in the Al Davis, and I felt bad because, and I wanted Al Davis to die sooner, not because I want somebody to die or anything, but just because I hate how the last years of Al Davis's life tarnished who he was to a generation, because people thought he was just a crazy owner who didn't do anything right for his football organization. I'm like, bro, Al Davis is one of the greatest hustlers in football history. When you just hear the story of how he got ownership and all the shit, he's responsible for the fucking NFL. The merger is because of Al Davis. So for everybody to like shit on his last decade on this planet, suck, man. I just wanted him to get out so people could appreciate the greatness of Al Davis and not, what happened to the Raiders. Now, I don't think Jones has a tenth of the legacy of Al Davis because he won some Super Bowls, but never when he was in charge. He was the owner, but he wasn't in charge. As soon as he became in charge, that's when everything got fucked up. So, Cowboys fans, I mean, I don't wish death upon nobody, but your man need to die. That's the only way your organization got shot. Because
it's harsh as that sounds.
You know what I'm saying? It's I don't wish death upon him, but he ain't gonna walk away.
Exactly. That's why I said.
So the only way is he can't be here no more. And it's sad because like I get it, he's an old dude and he want one thing in life, man. He just
doesn't want it bad enough.
He just want to be but see, it's not about wanting the Super Bowl. He just wants the credit. And he just never felt like he got credit for the couple first ones.
If he would do certain things, he would get credit, but he doesn't want it bad enough. I'm telling you, he doesn't want it bad enough to be uncomfortable. Uncomfortable for him is to listen to football people. Hey Jerry, you might want to pay CD and Dak so we can get a real running back.
No,
you might want to do that.
The first thing he needs to pay for is a real general manager.
Well, yeah, that's it.
And not have your son be there trying to be general manager, because his son might be good at it, but at the end of the day, his son's really just out here making sure his dad don't make shit worse.
But can you really do that though?
Yeah, because he's basically, his son is basically the equivalent of like Stephanie McMahon in WWE. It's like, yeah, my dad is out here fucking the business up. I'm gonna try to hold this shit together. All I can do is make sure he can't fuck it up too much. At the end of the day, he still did it. But I mean
that's what I'm saying. It's just like, can you really go against your dad when he's your boss and your dad?
I mean, he tried. He's tried a couple times.
Trying, man, this ain't horseshoes, man.
Yeah, but I mean, some of the draft picks that y'all have had that worked out were totally against what Jerry wanted to do.
That is true. I will say that.
So I mean, he out here trying, man. He trying.
Okay.
Man, y'all almost had Johnny Manziel, baby.
Oh my gosh.
In the first round.
Don't remind and it didn't even happen, and don't remind me.
Hey,
I'm
hold on. We ain't gonna talk about Johnny football like that.
Why not?
Because we can't ignore the fact that motherfucker had to go to Cleveland. Like, we don't know how good Johnny Manziel actually could have been because the nigga was imprisoned to Cleveland. Like,
well, actually, based on what he said out of his mouth, it was a mutual destruction. I mean, Cleveland was already going
That's
to
because
be.
he's trying to work his 12-step program, man. He you got to say those things when you're trying to work the program.
He didn't look at any film, man. He didn't prepare. He said that himself. Teammates said it. Everybody said it, man. We all saw it.
But could he have got away with that in any place other than Cleveland?
No.
Once again, he was imprisoned to Cleveland.
Arizona, man. Maybe Arizona.
No. They said Kyler Murray didn't like doing it. They didn't say he didn't do it.
Well, it's hard to prove when they put it in your contract that you have to.
And that just means they knew he was reluctantly doing it.
Well, yeah, then they took it out. Could have made everybody look bad because that's not what's gonna. That wasn't gonna happen when you put something like that in somebody's contract. Everybody's not gonna look bad. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. So, yeah, man. I mean, NFL, man. What are you gonna do?
Not watching.
Right?
Oh.
Robert,
Yeah, exactly.
Robert Saleh got fired early in the week.
That's pretty much what I've been doing. Just not watching it.
Yeah, Robert Saleh got fired for the Jets early in the week. I mean,
I gotta say something about that too. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. I told Lauren this. I don't know how true it is, but I feel this way. Is it me or does Woody Johnson escape a lot of criticism?
I don't think he escapes it because I think people criticize him pretty readily.
Okay.
I think people do criticize him. I don't think the right people are getting blamed for this debacle in the Jets organization.
Okay.
I don't blame the owner for this, except for one thing. The owner hired the general manager.
well,
Okay.
the general manager, the lame duck general manager. This is last year of his contract.
Once again, the owner hired the general manager, and the general manager hired his boss, Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, it's as soon as the person that's employed by you hires a different boss for himself, like you gotta let him go. You gotta let him go.
Oh, that's good.
I'm just saying, Ruben. Essentially, we joke about it all the
No
time.
disagree here.
No, I'm just saying we joke about this all the time. This is your podcast because your name's on it. but if one day we logged in and there was somebody else on the show and I was like, he's hosting the show, you'd be like, how the fuck are you having somebody else host my show? That's essentially what the general manager did to the owner. He was like, hey, we're gonna get Aaron Rodgers to run this. And the owner was like, the fuck you mean we're gonna get Aaron Rodgers to run this? Like, I'm the owner. Nah, we got Aaron Rodgers. He's the owner. He's the general manager, he's the coach, he's the team therapist, he's the team trainer,
Waterboy too.
he's a team doctor. Think about it. Last year when he tore his Achilles, he was out here trying to hustle people and thinking he was coming back in the same season. So he had promoted himself to doctor.
Can't argue. That actually happened. He was supposed to come back in December. Can't argue.
And then what Aaron Rodgers said, you know what, man? Aaron Rodgers does what most people in power who have no business being in power. He hired his homeboy, Nathaniel Hackett, to come run the offense. And it was like, hey, he's a great offense coordinator. And everybody was like, what's your evidence to prove this? And Aaron Rodgers was like, me. And everybody was like,
yeah.
What's your evidence to prove this?
And
then ain't it crazy that the head coach gets fired and Nathaniel Hackett still has a job?
Well, the straw that broke the camel's back with Saleh finally got done.
When he took the play calling away from him. Hey, you ain't gonna be the play call no more. Aaron Rodgers was like, oh, really? Well, guess you got to get on out of here.
And they still ended up taking the play call away from him.
Because Aaron Rodgers like, that's cool because I'm calling the plays now. I'm the captain now.
He's I'm the captain now.
Oh, man. So unfortunately, Jets, like, y'all in a similar place as the Cowboys. Like, the owner has to die. And I ain't talking about Woody. I'm just saying that's the only way the Jets organization got a chance, man.
I assume they're not going to re-sign Aaron Rodgers, but who knows?
Don't he got another year?
Nope. I don't.
Oh, this is last year.
I thought he had. I think he has one more year, man.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I think he got one more.
Oh, it's probably. Oh shit, that sucks. Sucks to them, but whatever. Yeah. The whole Jet situation is like, Hey man, let's get all these receivers. That's awesome. Can somebody get him a offensive line? Just please.
I mean, here's the thing, Ruben. Do you know that the offensive line is bad? Because they only try to run the ball like 3 times a game.
Yeah, I mean they turned Brees Hall to a fantasy stud to a fantasy drop, and I'm just like, Jesus.
And,
I noticed that.
And then Wilson, who managed to have success with White, Darnold, and Wilson, can't catch a pass from Aaron Rodgers though.
Well, no, he caught like 10 passes last week.
Once again, last week. I'm talking about for the most part, he had been a no-show
Oh, yeah.
on the season.
I mean,
Yeah, and he
Hey, man.
complained. So he's like, bruh, can we get Zach Wilson back? At least I can get the fucking ball.
oh shit.
At least we weren't running the same offensive plays, which is slant, slant, back shoulder fade, slant, slant, back shoulder fade.
I mean, what are you gonna do, man? Hey,
I honestly feel like if you gave me the reins as a defensive coordinator to play the Jets with NFL talent, I could kind of figure some shit out. I'd be like, hey, look, man, they ain't doing that much complex shit, man. It's if you blitz, he's gonna try to throw a back shoulder fade. If you're in a soft zone, he's gonna try to do a slant. Nobody's ever gonna go in motion. They're not running the ball. The quarterback can't run no more. So it's like, hey, man, I think
here's the fun thing now, because the Jets defense is really good. Does the offense just get punked all the time in practice, or they literally got to dial it back to make Aaron Rodgers feel better?
Probably more of the latter.
Well, see, here's the funny thing about like practices. Nobody can hit the quarterback. That changes everything. Aaron Rodgers might be out there cooking in practice. Can't nobody hit his ass.
Yeah, he's not wrong about that part. I didn't even think about it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Jets are a dumpster fire, and they're still talking about them winning the AFC East, and I laugh at that. Buffalo's gonna beat the dog shit out of them tomorrow night.
And full disclosure, I am a bit of an Aaron Rodgers hater, so I have no problem of saying that I have a little bit of bias because I don't like the man's get down. That's it. I just don't like the man's public get down.
That is true.
And I think it's very telling when your own family don't fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
He's not wrong about that.
When your own family don't fuck with you and you rich,
and
they don't fuck with you. And I don't mean you don't fuck with your family. I mean your family chooses not to fuck with you.
Yeah.
Because it's different if you had to cut them off. Because I'm like, hey, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You paid. Rich. Sometimes you got to cut some people off. But they cut you off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, man, I know this nigga got money, but we ain't on that shit. Like,
yep.
See, KBYako. This is actually a pretty good question. Have you ever thought about how crazy the name Woody Johnson is?
I can't unhear that now. Hey man, Johnson, baby oil, baby.
I mean,
Woody Johnson.
Man, hey, no Diddy. I mean, if he went to American schools, that kid be messed up right now. Yeah, we've had jokes back in the day. Poor girl at camp named Anita Johnson. Like, some parents should be slapped in the face.
And what was your name again?
Anita Johnson.
You know what?
See,
I knew an Anita Love when I was in school.
That's different.
It's Anita Johnson.
I'm about to say Anita Love. Is it?
Yeah, it's not horrible. Anita Johnson, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I mean, are you trying to scar that child for life? Yes.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be like Anita Black. That a white chick named Anita Black. That would be rough.
But yeah, shout out to Anita Johnson in the world. I feel.
Wait, we just randomly shouting her out.
Well, can I feel for him, man? Because bro, that's a hard life, bro.
It's probably not hard for her now.
I mean, I knew a dude named Alonga Cock.
Wow.
No bullshit. It was Alonga Cock. COCH.
Yeah, man. Some parents, when they picking names, just need to get off the bottle. That's all I'm saying. Get off the bottle and get that man a purple pill commercial.
Yes, Aaron Rodgers all day right there.
So, all right, let's get into this. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. So, I have a question for y'all guys, man.
Is that switching it up? You asking us questions?
Yeah.
I think switching up will be if we ask you a question that you actually gave a definitive answer to.
Yeah, definitely not today, but maybe another day. But yo, man, real talk. Is Halloween for adults, man, or is it just for kids? Because I'm gonna tell you why. Like, I'm not a big Halloween guy. I mean, I was a Halloween kid till I was probably, 14, 15, but after a while, the shit just, I don't like scary movies and shit, so I'm just not about that life. But when you get old, when you become in your college ages or, 17, 18, 19, then, some people like Halloween for certain things. Other people like Halloween for other things, such as, the one thing we hear all the time. Hey, man, Halloween, you can, this is not Ruben saying this is what I've heard from people, especially women. Hey, you can dress like a slut and get away with it. It's just like, okay.
I mean, that's one of the stages of Halloween. I think Halloween has stages, man. Like most little kids like Halloween.
Yeah.
You get to dress up like something, you get a whole bunch of candy.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any negatives when you're a little kid. And then you kind of hit the adolescent age where it's like the idea of trick-or-treating kind of makes you still sound like a kid. But, you might secretly still want to dress up like something. But then you hit the college age where it's just like, hey, it's allowed to be a hoe stage. And guys like it because it's like, hey, we get to see some chicks doing all the things we kind of dream about them doing on a regular. We get the naughty nurse, the kitten outfits, like all the things that
Catwoman, the cop.
Yeah, all the things that like teenage boys have, picture and with some Johnson's baby oil in their hand on their own. You know what I'm saying? You get to see it in real time. And then you become if you hit the stage, you become adult with kids. Like Halloween is really cute when the kids are little. Like, cause I'm not a big Halloween fan either, but when the kids were little, that was really cute. Matter of fact, the last time I remember seeing both of my girls in a dress was Halloween. They were both princesses when they were like 2 and 3. That's like the last time I remember them both being in dresses. That's kind of sad as a guy, but like that's my little princess moment. But it's cute. But for the most part, I think once you become an older adult, there's really no purpose for Halloween. And then when you get to our age, like if you really do like Halloween for the dress up stuff, you're really kind of like the old dude at the mall just trying to see the young chicks.
Dirty old man?
Yeah, you're just a dirty old man, trying, just peeping game. Like just
I mean, so are your kids excited for Halloween?
One of them is. My oldest is. And it's I don't know, man. I try not to be. No, I shouldn't say I try not to be, because I am. I'm kind of like a. I'm kind of. I don't know, man, how to say it, but like I be kind of mean because I'm just like.
Why you gotta be mean?
I don't mean to be, but like I just like when I was that age, I was like, I didn't fucking care about Halloween by the time I was a teenager. And it's like you're about to be 14 and you're super excited about Halloween. And you have been since like August. And I'm like, where did I go wrong?
Man, why's it gotta be wrong?
Now, granted, like she don't want to do, like anything inappropriate, like as far as Halloween. I think she said between like a pirate and something else. But I'm just like, when I was 13, I didn't care about Halloween, and I'm just like, what happened? What happened to this generation, man? Like, I just feel like when I look at this generation of teenagers, I'm just like, y'all are all lame. But then my youngest, Cadence, like, I don't think she gets 2 fucks about Halloween. Other than the fact that, hey, I might be able to get some candy. But the thing is, she don't even like chocolate. So like she's limited on the candy anyway, because she don't really like chocolate. Which I already think is kind of weird. Like, I'm not a big dessert guy, as I've talked about before, but to not like chocolate seems weird.
So W.R. Brown saying Cadence and her friends are wearing purge masks. They're going to ring doorbells and run. Kara wants to be a power cowboy. Hey, I mean, that purge stuff, man, that gets you shot. That might not be the move.
I mean,
Just saying.
When you say that purge stuff gets you shot, people do that purge costume all the time. You don't hear about people getting shot. Just because you're scared of it doesn't mean you should suggest that people are being violent towards it.
I mean, I'm not scared, but don't come to my house.
Nah, you sounded kind of scared, bro. Like, you sound like if we show up to your house in some purge masks, you're gonna be calling the authorities.
I mean,
and you're gonna use your white voice.
Or I'm gonna call my Louisville
Why you gonna use your white voice?
Or I'm gonna call my Louisville Slugger. What's up?
I mean, wouldn't that get you killed faster?
What?
Using your white voice?
I mean, do I have a white voice? I guess I do.
We all code switch, sir.
Okay. I mean, my hope is if I just tell them where I live, they come faster.
Nah, where you live, you kind of fringe, so you kind of have to throw the right voice out there.
Please come and get them. They're gonna hurt me.
No, you got to say things that are more not that direct. You got to say things that are like coded in white fear.
Hooligan.
Yeah. You got to say things like, there's a large group of individuals banging outside of my door and I'm in fear for my life. Could you please send someone immediately to help me?
They're 10-year-old children.
No. You can't say that.
No. That's what they would say when they get there.
And no. Depends on if they black. Because if they black, they could be anywhere between the age of 12 and 35. 5 feet tall to 6'6", between 120 and 285 pounds.
Not wrong.
I want to hear the white voice now. Can I speak to your manager? There's some thugs outside acting suspicious. That's funny.
The can I speak to the manager thing is always funny. Always funny.
What do you think, AJ? What about Halloween, man?
I didn't really know that there was such a sexualized angle to it. I think
really,
I really did, because you
man,
Friday, I had no idea.
Nah, it really is, man.
Man, it's okay.
I mean, I do agree, because my in-laws and I, or us, went to Hollow Scream one year.
Hell,
so they're older, so they wanted to go see one of the shows, and so the shows are really wholesome, right? Until it wasn't.
Until it gets dark out in that bitch.
Wholesome until it wasn't.
Well, see, here's the thing. They had, the scary monsters and all that, and then the scary monsters had, the mad scientists had assistants, and those assistants had like cheek showing skirts on, and I'm like, it took all I had to focus and not look like I was trying to see that ass. I'm just saying. But it was like 10 of them doing a dance. And I was like,
here's the thing. You weren't trying to see that ass. The ass was trying to see you.
Well, whatever. I mean, when your wife is sitting next to you, you don't want to get like, wow, did you just see that? I let her say it once we left. Everybody was tripping. I was like, yes, you're right. That's what happened. But I was just sitting there going, this isn't Halloween at all. I mean, for real? So when y'all said that, it reminded me of a few things that I had seen. But really, after I stopped trick-or-treating, man, I didn't really go to parties and stuff like that. So it was like, and then I was an adult. I had my own cash. I just went to the store and got the candy I would have got if I was trick-or-treating. So all the excitement was gone, because it's like getting a bag of candy after you're like 12 or 13 is just stupid. It's kind of like, well, I'm good. And then when I was an adult and Halloween would come by, and I'd always know because the grocery store it seemed like would allot half of their aisles and shelf space for candy. So I'm like, well, let me get some candy. And that was the long and short of it. I might watch
Come here.
Halloween, a movie, or Friday the 13th, or I would stay away from The Exorcist because I ain't like that. But you know, that's the extent of it.
I
Just
mean,
like-
there's like 632 versions of the Exorcist movies too, man. It's like
there's only one original.
I
don't
know,
care
but
what
I
they
mean,
put out.
there are just so many of them. I'm just like, hey, bro, can we get a new idea?
They also
Yeah, They're only 10. They're only 10 like Halloweens, and they just came out with Saw 10 last year. Like I'm done with Saw.
I just need new ideas, man.
there are
Like
none.
everything don't have to be a sequel or a prequel to the prequel or the origin of the prequel.
Because they just made one of my faves, which is the Omen series. They made a prequel to that. I'm like, number one, there's only one Antichrist, and what are you doing? So I agree. But anyway, Halloween to me is a kid thing. That's where you get the most juice out of it. After you become, after you get your license, it's all about going to parties. And if you don't do parties, it just falls away. So I'm like, whatever. Halloween doesn't really mean a lot to me. Actually, I really don't like Halloween that much. So
it's just weird that you never really thought that Halloween had been sexualized for adults, and it's like going to a Comic-Con. It's like, look, you can be a Comic-Con, like just a comic book geek and nerd, and you just really go there because you like that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a whole bunch of people out there. There's a whole bunch of people out there just looking for the Chun-Lis, looking for all the people dressed in the anime character costumes, because we know how those all portray most women.
Well, and then I'm glad you brought that up, because I didn't realize Comic-Con was what it was until I was in Maryland, in Baltimore one day. I think I was there for an Orioles game or something like that, or to visit family. And I was wondering why there was so much traffic. I was like, where'd all this traffic come from? And the baseball stadium is back up the road. So I'm like, what in the world? So then I started seeing all these scantily clad nerds, like with lady bumps. Like, I'm like, I saw the first one, didn't pay no mind because it's Baltimore. So like, whatever. But then I started seeing a whole bunch of white ones. Then I was like, okay, that's not right. So then I was like, what in the world's going on? Then I started seeing it. Then I drove by the theater or conference room that these people were, conference center that these people had this thing in. And it's like, what in the world? Oh, Comic-Con. And that's where I had my first taste of the cosplay thing. And the same with Halloween. Man, if you don't go to parties, if you don't do that, then there's a lot of things that you don't experience. So if you don't experience them, sometimes you think that it doesn't exist. So in my life in particular, it just didn't, because I wasn't really going to a lot of Halloween parties, just like I was never going to a lot of Comic-Con, like ever. But once you see it, you can't unsee it. And it's just like, I just feel like it's a woman's nerd excuse to run around butt naked because you're still a nerd. But since you got lady bumps that you're actually showing, now you're much more attractive for a weekend. Because I promise you, some of the ass I saw then was like quality until she looked at me.
And then
once she looked at me, it was all over with. But the ass was like, whoa. I was like, okay.
I mean, they're literally one step from AVN, man.
You're not wrong.
One step.
So shout out to all the lady nerds that are out there that rocking something.
Got more booty in the bump.
So anyway, I didn't realize it was that sexualized till I was well into my adulthood.
Yeah. Yep. So all right, let me play this because I gotta play this because we need to talk about this. Let's see here. Share screen.
What do you think happened with the hurricane?
I think there was an upcoming storm, and then I think government set in with whatever it is that they do. I don't know all the specifics about it. I'm not an expert in cloud seeding or whatever it is that they use to magnify the storm to a higher degree to disturb a land that may be wanted for lithium that Harris's husband is partaking in. Or
So they made the storm stronger, so it would hit the.
this one.
You think that Milton, they're making it stronger?
From a 2 to immediately to 5, like instantaneously.
You're implying that the government made a hurricane stronger to hurt its own country, the United States of America? What would be the gain of that?
When, if like, there's been people out there, if they have an Alexa, I don't know if you've heard that, and they've asked, what caused Milton? You can go on there now, it's already predicted the number of deaths in the amount. It's already predicted it. You, and a Google won't do that. If you ask it about Helene, it'll tell you the government actively used seed cloud. This is before Helene even happened.
Why would a country want to have a hurricane be strong and hit its own country?
Because they want to control certain places, and if you're looking at where the hurricane's going, it's a lot of red states. If you're looking at the counties in North Carolina that were hit, there were all of them, 26 out of 28 of those counties were for Trump. They're doing whatever they can because they can't rig the election.
Even control the weather?
Yes.
What do you think happened?
Bitch.
I can't.
How
Big B, get up.
clouds work. Who the
Moby.
fuck? That is not how fucking clouds work. You can't sprinkle fucking seeds into water vapor. What the actual fuck is wrong with America?
You remember all those times how I would always bring up that 60% of our country doesn't have more than an 8th grade education? There you go.
I don't think that's an actual fact, but when she talks, I feel like it has to be a fact.
I mean, she looked like she actually might have graduated high school and shit and like stuff.
I mean,
She's
look,
probably got like a family and a husband and
look,
all
man,
that shit.
I don't want to be but so harsh to somebody who I actually hope has mental health issues, because I've never wished for someone to have mental health issues, but for my own mental health, I need to assume that that bitch has mental health issues for being able to talk like that. And the person who put a microphone in front of her, fuck you too, because you are responsible for this shit being out in the airways. And it's like back in the day, you're not supposed to make fun of the people getting on the little bus. That's not what you were supposed to do. There's nothing cool about that shit. Like, look, I know when people were kids, you know, everybody laughed at it. But that shit's not funny for a fucking adult to sit here with a goddamn microphone and put it in front of a bitch that's going to say they're seeding the fucking clouds to only affect counties with Republicans in them. How if you gave me some conspiracy like, hey, I think some of the satellite systems have been in place to modify weather. There's several people who've talked about stuff like that, and I'm not saying that they're fucking batshit crazy. I'm saying at least they sound like they have like a reasonable, articulate thing, but they're not saying they're manipulating the weather to only affect Republican counties, because that would sound fucking stupid.
You know where it originally came from, right?
It doesn't matter where it fucking came from. The fact that it ever came is the issue. Like, whoever came to make people like that actually exist should have fucking pulled out. I'm sorry, man. Every time I see that clip, I get so upset because I'm just like, these are actual adults saying this. Like, and I'm not saying they're all stupid, because I don't believe that everybody that says dumb shit is stupid, because we've all said some dumb shit before. But usually it's like a mistake, or it's out of just, you know, lack of knowledge. They don't say it and sound like a fucking idiot multiple times and have somebody literally trying to give them to get a way out. Like, so what you're telling me is you like. If anybody ever talks to you like that with a microphone and says exactly what you said, but in a
It's time to
slow text like that,
It's time to go.
you should just bow out. You should just say, you know what? No comment. Because that is somebody trying to give you a way out of sounding like a complete fucking jackass. If somebody says, so what you're trying to tell me is that you think the government is manipulating storms to affect their own country. She didn't fucking say China or Russia is seeding the clouds to affect American. She said no, America is trying to destroy the Republicans. Because they can't rig the bitch. You think it's more difficult to rig the election to fucking create weather? AG, I'm sorry. Please.
No, continue. Please.
No, I'm good. I'm done, man.
I don't think you are, sir.
No, I'm good. I'm
You
good.
good? Are you
I'm
sure
good.
you're good?
I'm good.
So KB Yakko is correct. This all started with your girl Marjorie Taylor Greene. She came out and said some things about that. You know, between that and the space lasers and all that shit. Like, yeah. This started with her. As KB Yakko says, that Southern boy might need to come up a bit. I don't know, man. Georgia might fall. Jeez. Yo, it's the great, and honestly, I'm gonna be very honest with you. And I don't know. This is just my true gut feeling. I feel like when that dude put a microphone on her face, he did not expect that. And then he was like, well, shit. If we're going to go down this road, let's see how far we can go.
And I don't agree. I think he knew exactly what he was doing.
No. I'm saying.
No. He knew she was.
He knew what she was going to say.
He knew she was.
And he played into it.
Yeah,
He let her dig her own grave. Because like Moby said, it's just like, so what you're telling me is, and then she doubled down on it. And actually the question I had as I'm listening to Moby, I'm laughing and thinking at the same time, which is very hard for me to do. But
especially with
I feel like when Republicans say I'm not an expert, that's almost an excuse for them to go off the fucking rails.
I'm gonna lie to you right now, is what they just said. I'm not an expert. I'm lying.
I mean, it's the equivalent of Vance at the vice president debate saying, I was told we weren't fact checking. I was told we weren't fact checking.
Man,
First of all, anybody who says Vance won the debate, I can say 95% of him sounded very smooth when he was out there saying lies. But when a motherfucker says, I was told we weren't fact checking,
which means I can lie all day.
Because the caveat to that is, well, why do we have to tell you we're not fact checking?
Then I figured you want to tell the truth, right?
Yeah, like we didn't feel the need to fact check because we didn't think you'd be out here pulling shit out your ass.
But then it's like, bro, do you know who you're running with? Like, it's a fact check all day. Like, he gets out the shower, it's a fact check. Did he get out the shower today? Did he wash under his arms and shit? It's a fact check. His life is a fact check. Like, anything that comes out of his mouth is automatically fact checked. Like,
I mean, in all fairness, it's really hard for you to fact check your boss when his penis is in your mouth. I'm just saying, Vance probably hasn't been in a position to fact check anything.
You know, it's funny that a lot of people really never talked. They never really talked about that he said that. This is actually maybe the first time I've heard anybody say. Because I remember it when he said it, and I was like,
he said, I was told we weren't fact checking.
And I was like, what?
And I'm just like, as the moderator, you kind of have to be like, well, I was told you motherfuckers was telling the truth. Like we'll stop fact checking when you start saying some facts.
I mean, it's like, yo, man, I thought we were playing a different game here. What part of the game is that? What?
It's like, hey, buddy, we not trying to call you a liar. We simply saying that you lying.
It's like you playing dominoes, but you don't know how to end the game.
I mean, it's yeah, bitch. That's not how clouds work. Like,
say it one more time for me.
But I mean, like, I get it, man. Like, look, man, if you ask me how everything in weather works, I can't tell you how everything works. I can't tell you about barometric pressure, and I can't tell you about a lot of things. But I do know that you can't fucking seed clouds. What type of seeds would you be using? Would you put in some fucking Miracle Grow in the goddamn clouds or some shit? Like, we got some hurricane fertilizer.
Oh shit!
Like, and it went from a category 2 to a category 5. Yeah, that's what fucking happens when a cloud system is over a large mass of warm water. Like, if you don't know shit from like occasionally stumbling over any fucking weather thing on the news, that's one thing that I think most people should understand. And then if you're like, oh, they're just picking out Republican counties. Oh, you mean like places near the fucking water? Like, that's what happened. Hurricanes, you know what? Kansas really doesn't have to have hurricane insurance. It's just they're not by the water. So yeah, North Carolina, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, yeah. A lot of Republicans there. Oh yeah, a lot of South and Ocean there too.
Oh shit.
Fucking seed. If ever there was reasoning for abortion, it was her talking. Because I'm all about, I get being pro-life, but we ain't gotta be pro that. Like we don't have to be pro her existence. I'm not wishing death upon anyone. I'm just saying it would be okay if life was not happening with her. Like if her dad would have just pulled out 2 strokes earlier, none of us would have had to hear that.
Oh shit.
But the sad part is it would have been someone else in her place, sir.
I know you're right, but I only know about that bitch. And I ain't hear nobody else talking about seeding clouds and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure there's a whole fucking forum of them talking about how the government seeding clouds to make stronger storms, because that's the only explanation for fucking intense weather systems. It couldn't possibly anything be like, oh, you know, the ocean temperature is up by like 2 degrees, global warming. It could be none of that shit. It has to be government seeding the clouds. I know that's some real fucking white arrogance right there. Like, look, we believe the only thing that can fucking destroy us is us. So if these storms happen, it's got to be because of us, and not because like we've harmed the planet. Fuck that shit. The planet's fine. It's
global warming. What the fuck is that?
It's because we have figured out a way to sprinkle seeds into the clouds and direct a hurricane over whichever county we want.
So
you mean all them hoods that got flooded? You think all them people were voting Republican?
So this is what I will say. I will say this because I have to do a little fact checking myself. Now, I will say this. You are 100% right, Moby. However, there is such thing called cloud seeding. However,
yeah, I'm about to say that's not what that is.
That's not what this is.
What she said is not what cloud seeding is.
No, that's not what this is. all this does is you can put particles in to drop snow and shit like that, and like make a little water. But to make like a hurricane, fuck no. Like no, we can't do all that. And if we could, here's my question: if we could do it, why would we waste it on fucking Florida? Like, how about the Soviet Union or China or some shit? Like, why would we waste it on fucking Florida? Bitch, Disney's in Florida. Like, real talk, man. If Miami and Disney weren't in Florida, and Universal Studios, like, what else is there in Florida? It's like, what the fuck is in Arkansas? I mean, and I'm just being honest. It's like, I just don't understand. And then, you know what? We're going to direct it. We got the little joystick and shit. So we're going to direct the hurricane to where, nope, you get too close there. Nope, you need to make this turn. What the? Yo, man. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I
yes.
saw that shit and I was like,
I knew somebody was going to say, well, cloud seeding's a real thing. Yes, it either
yes.
it can prevent clouds from producing as much rain, or it can make clouds produce more rain or snow.
Or snow. Yeah.
It
But not
can't-
fucking hurricane.
It can't make a level 2 hurricane turn into a level 5.
And it doesn't create wind, motherfuckers. Like, AG, you got anything?
No, I really don't. I take that back. I do. The second question I had was, I find it ironic that they're screaming bloody murder about basically preventing people to vote when they've already been doing this for the last 3 or 4 years, actively, out in the open. So that's the other thing I found very ironic when I hear people talk like that, because it's like basically that's their end game with this whole rhetoric. All this rhetoric is they're using this to suppress the vote.
See, but here's the thing. I was happy she said one thing, because she said, since they can't rig the election, so boom, now that we can't rig the election, if he doesn't win, I've already admitted that we can't rig the election. We can fuck some hurricanes up, but we can't rig no election.
We cloud seed. We can make it
So,
rain.
yeah, so if your man's loses, hey, that bitch said we can't rig the election. So
We can do
They'll find
everything but
something.
that.
like, look, if a hurricane magically hit every Republican county on November 4th, then yeah, that's our way of rigging the election, apparently.
The Democrats control the weather. Yo, that's some shit right there.
Mhm.
That is some shit.
Do you know how much better I'd have felt if she'd have said like the North Koreans or the Russians, or I don't know why that would have made me feel better, because then I'd be like, okay, so you're saying that
Just being affected by
this
outside parties.
this hurricane thing is being weaponized by the enemy. No. You said our own government is going to cause millions upon billions of dollars just to make sure that orange motherfucker don't get in the White House. We could just shoot him.
Well, somebody tried twice.
No. Here's the thing: if the government can fucking make a hurricane stronger, you mean nobody can take this nigga out?
That's fair.
It is.
That's fair. I mean, I bet they like mail-in voting now.
I'm just saying, man. You mean to tell me they couldn't have somebody at one of the rallies yell out, "Get your hand out my pocket," and then bam, Trump gone?
Oh boy.
Yeah, don't. Just disclaimer. He don't mean that shit.
No, I'm not advocating for it. I'm
Yeah,
simply
I'm just
saying.
saying. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
simply
Yeah,
saying,
he's making a statement.
if
Yeah,
you're gonna
yeah.
say that our government is so desperate to not have Trump be the president that they are willing to fuck up entire states with weather modification tools with the ability to weaponize storms, it seems like it'd be a whole hell of a lot easier to just shoot the motherfucker.
Hey man, plus if we
It
could do
costs a
that,
lot less money.
yeah. And if we could do that, why don't we just put water in Africa? Like, what the fuck? They need water like a bitch. Hey, let's help them out. Like, duh.
I mean, we got wildfires in California and shit. If we were gonna be doing shit that magically made storms happen wherever we wanted to, couldn't we have like taken care of some of these wildfires in the severe drought that's happening in like 3/4 of the country in many
but-
summers? Like,
Yeah, but you can't do that because you can't politicize it.
Yeah, they'll find a way. You can politicize anything.
No,
We've
that's
talked
very
about it
true.
on this show.
That's very true. He's done a really good job of that. So yeah, cloud seeding. That's a good win, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Thanks for that, dumbass. All right. So it's about to be cold out here in the world, and back in the day, at least back in our day, the streets be talking a little different. And apparently, when it gets in the cold winter months, apparently the young ladies like to flow to the fat guys to keep them warm. So I say that to say this. Is it true that different types of dudes are specific for different types of seasons? Such as when it's fall, winter, baby, fat guys get the love. But come March when it warms up, nah, motherfucker, you too hot. I ain't trying to be around your fat ass. So, AG, what do you think, man?
Well, to answer your question, yes. But the underlying thing to me is the fact that women have all sorts of seasons, whether it's weather or not, for all sorts of men because they have all sorts of seasons themselves. So it's just like, fat guys for winter and regular guys when you want to be in control of things, alpha males when you want to be controlled, all the things. So the answer to your question is yes on all fronts because women are making all the rules so they get to choose. Now, they make it seem like they win a lot and they don't, but a lot of them sitting there in the cold with nobody. Want to make that clear. But yeah, man, I agree. There are seasons for different dudes. Like you want a 6-pack in the summertime. You want that. But I don't know how a dude with a nice body can't keep you warm in the wintertime. Help me out with that. I mean, is he dead? I'm just saying, it's just like if you curl up with a dude in the wintertime, I believe you're gonna be warm. I've never understood I gotta get me a big man for the winter when another body will keep you warm. Or how about since you're independent and you got a good job and everything, why don't you just buy somebody?
You said just buy somebody?
Yes. That's all you gotta do. All you have to do, hey, I need somebody over here, give me a hug for an hour. We're all good.
What kind of hug are you talking about? The taco hug?
Whatever hug you want. Just whatever hug your paycheck can afford.
man, we specialize in all types of hugs over here, bro. We got your couch hug, your spoon hug. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want, we can hug. We can hug it out.
As long as you're paying.
Yeah.
But to go out and find a guy that's the hey, I need somebody that from October 31st to April 30th. And then you break up with him for somebody else when anybody would, literally anybody would do okay. You can get a dog. That's what we're doing. I mean, women are allowed to do these things. Men can't do that, man. I say, I need a fat girl. Come on, man. Let's say this out. Let's say it out loud. I need a fat girl for the wintertime. See how far that gets you.
No, you have to say I don't like skinny women.
Okay.
Or you say I like full-figured women.
Okay. Either way, you can't say.
Eazy came up with a song for it.
Okay.
But
when was this? He died from the
Eazy-E?
turn of the century. So
Yeah, different
this?
times, different times.
Oh yeah, it's like
Exactly.
1985 or 1988 or
And
something.
he didn't say it in an endearing fashion, Ruben.
He did not.
He did not.
Having a fat girl on your jack is not a compliment.
I mean, I'd like, I mean, I do have one, but I'm just saying it's with respect to this conversation. I like a girl with good credit. Can you say that out loud?
You just did.
Well, just saying.
All right, all right. What do you think, Mo B?
I mean, I left because I was trying to see what season we were in right now. I had to go. I ain't know if I was in season. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Is this your season?
I don't know. I'll have to ask for clarity from my other
When
half.
you're married, you're always in season, sir.
Supposedly.
Yeah, but I say allegedly.
I don't know if you're in season all the time.
Allegedly.
Well, I'm ripe for the picking every day.
Because I'm just saying, like, she tends to be, up and down with that. Because like she be hot all of a sudden, then I can't be anywhere near her. And then when she's cold, if I get near her, the thing is like, you're cold, you have to warm up first before. And I'm like, hey, when you're cold, you'd love to get close to me and warm up. But if I'm cold, I can't get close to you until I'm actually already warm.
I've already said this. Women make the rules, sir.
You know how crazy that is? Like,
not for her.
She's like, well, you get under a couple blankets for a while and then you can cuddle. And I'm just like, that defeats the purpose of you trying to warm me up.
What I just said.
I'm getting punished because I got cold hands, because I get punished because I become cold because in the middle of the night you've pulled all the blanket off of me while the fan is running that you turned on because you were hot.
Yes.
I mean, look, man. So I don't know what season it is, bro. But yeah, I guess there is a different guy for each season. And as AG said, women make the rules, bro. Like,
Well, all right.
it's whatever, man.
I mean,
Well, like I said, I want all the young fellas out there, don't be scared of what we're saying, because at the end of the day, all my fat brothers out there, you can say no. And they can go get a job and hire somebody to do it. Since we're equal out here, so stop.
And I'm just saying, if you are six pack averse, if you like having a little bit more cushion on your body,
for that
six pack averse.
Yeah, I'm just saying, trust me. Like, there's a lot of ladies who love looking at the dude with the ripped abs and the pectoral muscles, but there's a reason that dad bod thing is real, because that dude that's ripped and looks like he's in the gym 6 hours a day is in the gym 6 hours a day. And when she gets old enough to like want like stability and somebody who cares and talks to her, she realizes that nigga probably ain't gonna have that type of body. He gonna have a dad bod. He gonna have a little bit of cushion. He cares enough about his muscle to protect it with a layer of fat. That's called insulation, people. Like, you wouldn't have a house without insulation. Your heat in the air bill be sky high. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is, man.
Sky high.
So like, look, all these dudes who, in the weight room all the time and everything, hey, much respect, bro. I ain't mad at you, man. Get it how you live. But that also tells me a lot of times that you ain't got no lady. Because you can't just be in the gym 8 hours a day and have a full-time job and be making somebody happy. It just maybe I'm fat excusing it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm just making a fat excuse, but
Well, all right.
Boy.
Awesome. Fat excusing. I've
never heard that one before. It's a real thing, though. I've just never heard it put quite that way.
I fat excuse all the time.
I mean, look, I think everybody on this panel right here has fat excused a time or two today.
I have not. I call it what it is.
You're a reasonable person, man. You're a reasonable person, man.
I just say if I don't feel like doing
Bless you.
something, it's because I ate the wrong thing and I didn't feel like
Okay, AG, you might have passively fat excused before, because just hear me out. Have you ever in your own mind, even if you didn't say it out loud, in your own mind, thought to yourself, man, if I really committed to diet and exercise for like 6 months, man, my body, I'd be tight.
I mean, but that's a real statement, so I don't understand.
Yeah, but that's a fat excuse because you
How's
put
that a fat excuse.
because
That's a real statement.
it's a real statement, but you've probably overinflated the amount of progress you could actually make in set timetable.
In 6 months, you actually can do damage. So I mean,
You can do damage, but you probably can't do what you are mentally picturing your body would look like after 6 months.
but I mean, no, you ain't gonna drag me down this hole.
I'm not, once again, I said passively. Like look, you're a reason.
I've done that. but
You're
it's like,
you're a reasonable person, AG, and that makes you better than 2/3 of the people up here.
wow.
It makes you better than 2/3 of the people up here. Because I'm just saying, like, because I know me and Ruben have made statements when we see other dudes like who have a career that has something to do with their physical physique. We'd be like, yo, if I got paid that much money and my job was just to work out every day, shit, my body be tight. And we're totally ignoring the fact that they had to do that before they got paid to do that. But we acted like, yo, if you just handed me $2 million a day, hey, I can get my shit tight too. But we're ignoring the fact that these dudes did it before they got paid.
Right.
We acting like the payment is what the motivation would be.
Yeah.
The furthest I've ever gone a statement like that is it would just be easier because I wouldn't have other things to do. But the idea that I would get it, I would automatically guarantee get it done is stupid. I wouldn't. I don't care how much money it was. I would fail because I would not be focused unless I had someone like breathing down my neck, dragging me out the door. I know I wouldn't. I know me.
You see, I'm a fast user because if you pay me, I think I could do it. Now I will guarantee it get done.
Don't guarantee you'll get sued. Don't do that.
I'm telling you, I guarantee it get done
No,
because I
don't.
put things in place where I couldn't fail.
No.
But all those things would require money. All those things require money. I'd have to hire a personal chef. I'd have to have a personal trainer. And that motherfucker would have to pretty much live with me. I need somebody basically monitored. Like I'd basically be a prisoner in my own house.
Yes, you would have to.
But it
You
would
have
get done. It would get done.
I still wouldn't guarantee it, sir.
Now,
We're human beings.
I'm not telling you how long it would last. But you know what I'm
No,
saying?
we're just talking about the getting there part.
No, I get there. I know I could get there. How long I stay there?
It would.
Because I wouldn't know how to act once I got there.
Would you? Wait a minute. Would this let you drive backwards to a Wendy's?
Nah. Well, the money that it required for me to get there, I would already have the money to drive backwards to a Wendy's, but then I wouldn't be allowed to drive backwards to a Wendy's because it's a motherfucking Wendy's.
Well, you know you have to drive backwards to a Wendy's and get a salad, right?
Bruh,
You can't get the Frosty, bro.
Nah, man, I can't go there.
Look at you. Look at you.
Because I'd have a personal chef. So then why the fuck would I go to Wendy's? Other
The
than
same
just to
reason why
flex?
people get
You
healthy
right.
food at the grocery
You
store
right.
and then go out to eat.
Nah, you right. Because I still go to that Wendy's just to fucking flex. Order a bottled water at Wendy's. Yeah, can I get a bottled water? Anything else? Nah, bitch, that's it.
Nah, bitch.
Why you gotta be a bitch, man?
Nah, bitch. That's it.
I'm just saying, if I'm gonna flex, I'm gonna do it all the way, AJ. I'm gonna be a pure asshole all the time.
I mean, you know, if you're gonna go all out,
I figured driving backwards through a Wendy's in a right wheel drive car would do the trick. No, you gotta say, "Nah, bitch, this is all I want." Come on, man.
And she would be upset until she saw me roll backwards. Then she'd be like, "Oh, I get it. He's a rich asshole. Makes sense. Makes sense."
flexing.
Right before she gave him the digits.
Yeah, exactly.
Unsolicited. Unsolicited, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can be. Hey, man, you call me what you want as long as I get them digits. What's up?
Or
I mean, I gotta call that ass.
she would play off the disrespect. You ain't have to say all that. This a nice car. I know, bitch. That's why I got it.
Here it is again. Does this woman have a first name, man?
And look, ladies, I really don't think I'd ever be the asshole where I could just directly call women bitches to their face. But for my story's sake, that's pretty much how I'd be saying it in my head. You know what I'm saying? In my head, only in my head. I don't think I can.
So in 6 months, you're gonna look a certain way in your head, and you're gonna be able to talk to women a certain way in your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, bitch. I want a frosty.
Basically, it's gonna be
I'm
like
sorry, man.
my rich anger translator. Like I'd be like, no, ma'am, all I want is a water, and he'd be like, yeah, bitch, he just wants a water.
So it's like you'd have this like Venom relationship with yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I'm just saying, because being rich don't change who you are. It just makes you an exaggerated version of such.
But you're
Yep.
not an asshole.
You don't know that.
He's not an asshole. I couldn't see it.
I mean,
Unprovoked? No.
I don't know. You give me enough money, I'll learn.
I mean, look, I'm not an outward asshole, but like I know what I be thinking half the time, and most of them are pretty synonymous with asshole thoughts. Like I have a very good editor for my dialogue. Like I have a really good dialogue editor.
Wow. W Brown 81 said yes, he is. Two
I mean,
exclamation marks.
Once again, she knows me.
Okay.
I mean,
I have to go by people that know.
As Ruben says, no lies detected.
Okay.
No lies
Understood.
detected. I
Understood.
have a very good editor in chief before my he's fact checking. Like, hey nigga, you can't say that. We're gonna have to clean that up a bit.
Understood.
We're gonna have to turn bitch into ma'am. We're gonna have to
Wow.
be
Okay.
editing in real time.
Understood.
Okay. All right. AG, man, what's on your mind?
I just want the young guys to know that all women are liabilities. If you look up the definition of liability, it just means you're responsible.
But I'm an asshole for calling that Wendy's drive-through bitch a bitch, and you just
I said liability. I didn't say that. And I'm going somewhere right now. You're just going to say it and just be done with it. So, like I was saying, all women are liabilities. Now, where I'm going with this is some women are actually liabilities, meaning they don't add value to your life in any way. Like if I go buy a car I've always wanted, that car is a liability. It's not an asset. There is no in between. It's not going to make me money. It's probably going to lose me money. By and large, when you buy a car, it's a liability. You have responsibilities for it. You have taxes. You have all these things to just be able to drive. It's not making you any money. So it's a liability. So let's get that out of the way. However, some of these women out here, they won't help you. They won't support you. They call you out your name. They cheat on you. They do all these things that are awful to you, but they want you to be a man. Once you hear those things, once you smell those things, when I say all women are liabilities, that's true. When I say you don't have to go there with them, that's also true. You got to make good choices. You got to say no. If you already know a woman is not going to treat you right, and they will let you know they're not, because they're real bold nowadays, believe them. Just believe them, because there are liabilities and there are liabilities. So that's what's on my mind.
All right. Thanks, sir.
Mm-hmm.
AG talking about double entry bookkeeping.
Hey, exactly what it is.
Moby, what's on your mind, bro?
Not a goddamn thing. After I've heard somebody like out loud say that people are modifying hurricanes to affect the Republicans, I think I just want to take the night off from thinking, because
I'm sorry I'm being laughed at you. You want to take the night off from thinking?
yeah, I mean, because
How do you not think, man?
because obviously there's a large group of people who manage to do it daily, just not think. And before I start to criticize them, I want to try to, walk a minute in their shoes, because
Do you really want to do that?
no, I don't. But I need to. I have this terrible character flaw in which I have the desire to want to understand people and where they're coming from.
Agreed.
But sometimes when people are just coming from stupid,
Yeah. Be selective, sir.
it's yeah, but there's no GPS to dumb. Like there's no, not even an old school map quest can find my way to that type of stupid. Like it's just, I truly think this country deserves whatever the fuck we're gonna give it on this election or whatever. Like, it's never been a better time to be. I'll just say it's never really been a better time for humans to be alive, and it's never been a worse time for humanity all at the same time. Because there's so many opportunities, there's so many, like, I just can't imagine how God must feel looking down at people like me just be hypocritical and stupid and all the time. And then I hear people like that talking. It just makes me want to do better for them, because I'm just like, man, that bitch stupid. And like, I know that don't sound very Christian like, but I just feel like we got to do something to make sure that she can't infect anyone else.
But there's so many affected people out there, though.
I know, and you know, like, I know thou shalt not kill, but we got to find a loophole.
I thought that was natural selection.
It ain't that natural no more, apparently, because the selection has been fucked up. If we
Oh shit! That's hilarious.
I'm just saying, like, we as a people are just so far removed from humanity, and it's not the majority. It's just the minority of people are just so fucking loud that it just sounds like everybody's a fucking retard. And yes, I said that, and I know you're not supposed to say that, but sometimes I can't think of a more descriptive way of describing somebody saying stupid shit like her, other than to just call her a retard.
Retard.
I'm retard. But
No. A retard. Just like in the Hangover.
Yep. Just, I mean, people just do better.
I knew what you were doing.
What's on my mind is just, I just want people to do better, and I just want to take the night off from knowing those people exist. And I can't, as long as motherfuckers up here constantly want to send me random TikToks that they know I can't fucking watch because I don't have TikTok, Ruben.
I thought that's where that was going.
It's free. Download it. Shit.
Look, man, everything that's free ain't good for you. I know the best things in life are free, but TikTok is free too, so that totally counteracts that argument.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying, technically, HIV is free too, Ruben. You don't have to pay nothing for it.
Actually, that's not true.
No. You have to pay something to treat it, but to get it,
you had to pay something to get it because you probably had to take somebody out on, on a date, and she didn't say anything and all the things. So sometimes that's not free either.
I guess you got a point there, but TikTok's not free. There's no freedom found in TikTok because you're a slave to watching them videos all goddamn night. Because you always send them damn clips at the most random fucking times, which means your ass is a slave to fucking random TikTok clips. Do better, Ruben.
Nah,
That's what's on my mind. Do better.
No, I'm good. So is that lady talking about the weather?
The sad part about that, she probably makes more money than us. That's the sad part. Because, sometimes stupid people be winning, and they shouldn't.
Sometimes.
Yeah. So what's on my mind tonight? Nothing. I've been thinking about it for the last couple of days. Yeah, I just really haven't found anything to complain about for today. I guess today was a good day. Wow. I mean, so yeah, no bitching today. So, with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for watching this episode of 5 Minute Warning, number 247. Yes, 3 weeks away from number 250, and 4 weeks away from the 5th year anniversary of 5 Minute Warning. Don't forget, tell a friend, tell an enemy, just tell somebody about us. We're here on Sunday nights, every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we get off when we damn well please. Please if you didn't watch it or you want somebody else to watch it, watch the live version on YouTube or Twitch. Like, subscribe, the whole nine. We appreciate y'all. Like, thank Mo B and AG. You know, without them, this show ain't nowhere near as funny. So, with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us tonight. And, yo, take it easy. You know, don't be out here saying dumb shit like, you know, we seen the damn clouds and shit. Because you see what you did to Mo B, man. Like, the motherfucker's lost it. Like, he's been losing for 3 days now. So hopefully now that he got it out of his system, we could be good.
Man, you act like I was out here raging out, man. I just simply made a statement that that's not exactly how fucking clouds work, bitch.
See, the goddamn man said bitch. Like it's his
I don't know
last
her.
name.
I don't know her name, nor do I want to, because I don't want to disrespect her name.
I mean, she's done a good job of that herself. So, with that being said, once again, thank you for joining us. Podcast will be out sometime next weekend, but definitely like, subscribe, love us. See you next Sunday. Of course, as always, peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW podcast, at Nugman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Nugman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of